everyone, today I am here to share with you my August TBR. So I've said a lot in my videos previously in these past few months that my TBRs have kind of been scattered and my readings kind of been all over the place. Well, I think that's going to change after this month in August. I noticed that there's a lot of really good books I'm very excited about in the fall that I'm genuinely excited for the fall to get here to read. So I think the summer was great in catching up with my TBR because my TBR is a little bit less than it was, which is always a good thing. But there hasn't been a ton of new books that I've been excited about. So I think that's why my TBRs are just kind of all over the place, which is the theme of this video yet again. So I've pulled 6 or 7 books from my TBR, which is great, that I really want to read. I think I have 3 adult and 3 YA books. They're all kind of within the contemporary genre, I believe, but I do want to read all of these. Some of them are backlist, which I think is also great because that's one thing I really wanted to work on this year, was reading more backlist books. But I hope to read all of these and enjoy these. I will tell you that a lot of them I don't know what they're about. I've just wanted to read them, so just roll with it. The first book I want to read is A Quiet Kind of Thunder by Sarah Bernard. I actually read my first Sarah Bernard book a couple months ago. It was Goodbye Perfect, which I really enjoyed, and a lot of people say this is their favorite of hers. This one is about a girl that name is Steffi, who has been a selective mute for most of her life. She suffers from crippling anxiety, and despite her wishes, in most situations, she simply can't open her mouth to get the words out. But then she meets a guy named Reese, who is the new boy at school. He's deaf, and her knowledge of basic sign language means that she's assigned to him to help him acclimate, and basically they have a relationship. They learn that they can connect with one another. I've heard really amazing things about this, and this sounds amazing. It sounds like it's going to be hard-hitting because Sarah Bernard, I've noticed, has a tendency to write kind of lighthearted books but with a deeper message. So I'm hoping to really love this one, and I think I will. The next one I want to read is This Adventure Ends by Emma Mills. This is the only Emma Mills books I don't think I've ever read. I've read First and Then. This is the last Emma Mills books I need to read. I believe is this her first one? No, I think First and Then was her first one. This is about a girl named Sloane who moves from New York to Florida, and then she gets a whole new group of friends, and basically I think that's what it is about her going into this friend group, and each of them has their own secrets and relationships and things like that, and then she really delves into this friendship group, and she never expected to have such close friends because she moved from New York to Florida, and it's basically about that. Emma Mills writes kind of just quintessential slice of life YA contemporaries that I really enjoy, and I think, you know, this is my last month. I think I'm reading a lot of contemporary, so I wanted to read some that I've been meaning to read for forever. The only non-contemporary book I am reading this month is The Diviners by Libba Bryce. So I've been meaning to read this for a while. I was saving this for October because I thought it was the perfect time, but there's this read-along going along with a whole bunch of my friends. I can't remember all of them because I'm horrible, but I'll link them all down below. And Chelsea's on it. I think Mel is on it. Maybe Jane as well. I'm not too sure, but either way, I'll link them all down below. So their plan is to read, I hope, I need to do more research, a book of these a month, which I believe the first 3 are out. And I don't know if the 4th one's coming out anytime soon, but the plan is to begin in August with the first book. So I thought, hey, what better way, because I'm very daunted by this book, to read with a whole bunch of other people that are also reading this book. So I'm hoping to love it. This one takes place in 1926, and it's really spooky, apparently. It's like about a character named Evie who lives in New York. It's her Uncle Will and his unhealthy obsession with the occult. Evie worries that he'll discover her darkest secret, a supernatural power that has only brought her trouble so far. But when the police call Will to the crime scene of a murdered girl brain with a cryptid symbol, Evie realizes her gifts could help catch a serial killer. As Evie jumps headlong into a dance with a murderer, other stories unfold in the city that never sleeps. So I've heard this is very spooky, very paranormal, so I'm very excited. I have had hit or miss feelings with Libba Bryce books, but I'm excited to check this one out, and I hope I love it. Like, it's thick too. It's almost 500 pages, so good luck to me. Moving on to the 3 adult books I want to read. The first one being Flatshare by Beth O'Leary. I am buddy reading this with Amy over Credit Quills and Jen from Pinot and Pages, and Amy actually gifted this to me. We were talking about it, and she was going to lend me her copy because my library didn't have it at all, and it was kind of pricey on Amazon. I was like, I can't really afford it right now, and then she just went ahead and bought me this copy. She's amazing. I love her so freaking much. Like, everyone has been talking about this book. I've heard about it. I've had my eye on it, but the more people keep talking about it, the more I'm like, I need to read it, because we all know I'm a sucker for women's fiction, chick lit, whatever you want to call it. So this is about Tiffy and Leon, who share an apartment and they have never met. So basically they live in a flat share, and I think Tiffy works during the day and Leon works during the night. So it's like they live there together, but they're never there. So they always leave notes for one another. It sounds like it's got a very Attachments by Rainbow Rowell vibe, which which I'm very excited to read about. I've heard this is amazing. It's British too. I'm a sucker for British chick lit, honestly, so if we can sell it to anyone. But either way, I'm so excited to read this. I can't wait to read this with Amy and Jen, and thank you so much, Amy. I love you dearly. I don't deserve this. Next book I really want to read is The Intermission by Alicia Freeland. I've had my eye on this book for like a year now, and I still have yet to read it. Basically, it's about this couple that's been married for a while, and the husband thinks everything is going okay. Then suddenly, one day, his wife's like, hey, I want a trial separation of like 6 months. So they do, the whole thing is to take a break for 6 months, see who they are, and decide if they want to be together at the end of those 6 months. So this one very much sounds like After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which is one of my favorite books by her. That's literally the same concept. It's about a couple that takes a break for like a year, decide if they want to be together or not. So I'm hoping this will be as good as that. We'll have to see. I do like I'm wanting a little bit more of a serious book because I'm at that time in life. Either way, I'm hoping to really enjoy it because she has another book that just came out called The Floating Freedmans that I'm interested in. So I want to read this one to see if maybe I want to read more by this author. So that's my plan. The book I want to read is Things You Save in the Fire by Catherine Center. I read her first book, How to Walk Away. This is about a woman named Cass who is one of the only female firefighters in Texas, and then I think she gets a call from her family and she basically has to uproot her life to Boston, and then she decides while she's in Boston to be a firefighter there. And basically I think the men are not really used to having a lady on the firefighter crew, which is just horrible, but I think she falls in love with another firefighter. I am not quite sure. This Catherine Center's books I like. I think it's kind of your run-of-the-mill chick lit books. Like I would say women's fiction, not chick lit, my bad. But I do enjoy them, and I do want to keep reading her books because I just fly through them, quite honestly, and I just enjoy reading women's fiction, bottom line. So there you have it. Those are the 6 books I'm planning to read in August. It's not a lot. 6 is not a lot. I'm hoping to read more, but my reading like average every month has just gone steadily downhill. I don't feel like I'm reading as much as I did last year, so I'm just trying to be a little bit more realistic with what I share with you, what I plan to read. Hopefully I'll read all of these and then read like 5 other ones. I just mood read. That would be great. But either way, if you've heard of any of these or read any of these, let me know. Also, if you're participating in the Diviners read along, I would love to hear because I feel like I'm one of the only ones who have not read that book. Like, please tell me I'm not alone. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.